The raids, a night of terror, imagine it. The night is still, and a family sits by the fire. Suddenly, dogs bark in the distance, followed by the thunder of feet. Armed warriors descend without warning. Torches set huts ablaze, smoke chokes the air, and the sound of steel against flesh fills the silence. Men try to fight but are outnumbered. Mothers scream as children are ripped from their arms. The elderly, too weak to flee, are cut down where they sit. Survivors are bound with ropes or shackles, forced to march in long lines toward the coast. Some die on the journey from exhaustion, hunger, or beatings. Others survive only to be crammed into barracoons, holding pens where they wait for European ships. There they are inspected like cattle, teeth pulled open, muscles prodded, scars noted. And then for many, came the final march down to the beach where the waves carried them not home but into the darkness of the Atlantic Ocean. The web of betrayal. The cruel irony was that many of these captives were not taken by strangers from across the seas. They were seized by neighbors, by rival kingdoms, by empires that once shared language, culture, and blood. The Oyo Empire, while proud of its Yoruba heritage, did not hesitate to raid other Yoruba towns when tribute was unpaid. Dahomey raided not only rival kingdoms but also fellow Fon-speaking communities. This betrayal left scars deeper than any wound. For those who survived, it was not only chains that bound them, but the knowledge that their own kin, people who looked like them, spoke like them, prayed like them, had delivered them to slavery. The coastal exchange on the coast, the system was brutally efficient. European merchants waited with fortified trading posts. Some kingdoms brought their captives directly to these ports, others used middlemen. Guns, powder, alcohol, and cloth were exchanged for men, women, and children. For the empires, it was a cycle. Guns purchased from Europeans fueled more raids, which brought more captives, which in turn purchased more guns. For the traders, it was profit. For the captives, it was despair. The decline of the empires. No empire stands forever. For Oyo, its dependence on the slave trade and internal strife led to its collapse in the early 19th century. The same cavalry that had once dominated became vulnerable when the empire fractured from within. Dahomey, too, faced decline. By the late 19th century, European powers sought to abolish the slave trade, though Dahomey resisted fiercely, clinging to the system that had fueled its wealth. In time, it was overrun by French colonial forces, its kings stripped of power, its warriors defeated. The empires that had once been feared across West Africa fell, but the pain they inflicted outlived them. Generational silence. Today, in many West African communities, the memory of these raids lingers like a shadow. Families tell fragments of stories, of ancestors who vanished one night, of villages burned, of betrayals whispered but never spoken too loudly.